If you're still unsure whether you should install a light above your wash basin or whether a spotlight or a downlight is better, then after watching this video, I believe you'll have an answer. Many friends often ask me, should I install a light above my wash basin or should I choose a spotlight or a downlight? I believe this is a question that 99% of people who are renovating will encounter. So here, let me talk about whether we should install a light above the wash basin. Actually, you should install one. Why is that? First, the light above the wash basin should be directly above it, so that the light shines in front of you. This way, when I lower my head, it won't block my view of the wash basin, right? If the light above your wash basin is directly above your head or behind your body, as soon as you lower your head, you'll block the light and it will create a dark area. So the light above the wash basin really should be installed. Now, should you use a recessed downlight or a spotlight? Well, actually, there's no absolute answer. Speaking from my personal experience, I think it's better to install a spotlight. It gives the lighting in the whole space a more refined feel because it's more focused. But this leads to a problem. If you shine a spotlight directly down, it creates a death triangle on your face, which looks really bad visually. So this brings us to the second issue, which is about our mirror cabinet. Right in front of us, there must be front-facing lighting. It's like those old Broadway-style makeup mirrors with bulbs around the frame. The light coming from the front ensures there are no dark areas on your face, so you can see your whole face clearly, including its clarity and texture without any shadows. For example, when we do our makeup, the makeup mirror has lights in the front, right? And for instance, some of our fitting room mirrors also have lights in the front. This makes your whole body appear more three-dimensional, clearer, and more beautiful. So not only should we have a light above the sink, but our mirror cabinet should also have lights in the front. We can buy a mirror cabinet with built-in lights, or we can install vanity lights or some wall sconces to create that front-facing illumination. The light above the mirror can also shine onto the sink, making it very clear when I'm washing things. And even when I'm not using this area, the lighting can highlight the sink, creating a great focal point in the space. This way, the effect is both practical and visually appealing. So what specifications should we use for these spotlights? Generally, for bathrooms, I recommend using warm light. It works better. Of course, if you need to do makeup in the bathroom, then I suggest setting the overall color temperature of your bathroom to 3500 Kelvin. That way, it won't be too warm or too white. You'll still have a nice atmosphere, and it will also help with color accuracy when applying makeup. There won't be any color distortion or color shift. So that's about color temperature. I recommend you use either 3000K or 3500K. So what parameters should you use for this spotlight? For its specifications, I recommend a 9-watt, 36-degree configuration. Actually, there's another option. Nowadays, there are many beauty mirror lights on the market. They're also recessed spotlights, but their lenses are dual-angled. One beam is directed toward the mirror and then reflected onto your face. After actually trying it myself, I found that it does help reduce facial shadows. So it's kind of a workaround. It can improve the situation, but the installation spacing, the distance, and even where you stand all matter. The installation position needs to follow a specific formula based on your requirements. For example, depending on your ceiling height, there's a certain distance it should be from your mirror cabinet, and where you stand will affect the result. It has pretty strict requirements because the angle is fixed, but this is also a viable approach. So to sum up today, should you install a light above the sink and mirror cabinet? Yes, you should install a light, and a spotlight is even better. Secondly, besides the light, we also need to pay attention to the mirror cabinet itself. You can buy a mirror cabinet with built-in lighting, or you can install light strips above and below the mirror cabinet. Third, we can use wall lamps or small pendant lights. Of course, these might interfere with opening the mirror cabinet. So usually small pendant lights are more commonly used in commercial spaces, such as restrooms and restaurants, where only a mirror is needed and storage isn't required. So in home spaces, the chances of using wall lamps or small pendant lights are much lower. Therefore, you can use vanity lights, mirror cabinet lights, or light strips above and below the mirror cabinet. So what should you do if your mirror cabinet doesn't have lights? Just buy a special spotlight designed for mirror cabinets, which provides a dual beam effect. That's all for today's sharing.